The Stoneyard is the smallest section of town in Pathologic. It consists of the Bridge Square, the Atrium, and the Cape, and only two of these districts have resources to work with. In these two districts are one of each shop, no places to sleep, and nowhere to store your items. There's also no other resources to help you survive, like the fund, hospital, or lair. So I wonder, is it possible to beat the game while permanently stuck in the Stoneyard? Let's go over what this challenge entails. I can't leave the Stoneyard ever for any reason, and once the game starts, I'll head straight over there. This means the steppe and the rest of the town is off limits. There are also no containers to store things in any of the bound's homes, and I'll never be able to upgrade my inventory, so for the entire run, I'll be stuck with the default small inventory. Next, I won't be able to sleep ever. There is a bed in the still water, but you can only start using it after you do the bull sacrifice and give the bull's blood to Daniel. And since I can't go to the bull sacrifice, I'll never get to unlock this bed. So I'm gonna need to find a way to get lots of coffee or lemons. To make this run a bit more interesting, I came up with a challenge. For days 1 and 2, I need to stock up on as many resources as possible, and on day 3, I'll head to the cathedral and do nothing for an entire day. And this will repeat until the game is over. I have 2 days to stock up on items, and on the third day, I'll stand still and burn through everything. Lastly, before I start, I want to start a challenge that carries on throughout the rest of my challenge runs. Starting from this playthrough and going forward, I want to see how many playthroughs I can complete without dying. And with everything out of the way, let's start the run. Like every other run, the game starts at the station, and Artemis starts with the bottle in his inventory. Since I want to survive purely off the Stoneyard, I dropped the bottle and ignored the free loot from the 3 dead guys. I entered the Stoneyard from the spleen, and now I'm stuck here for the rest of the game. So when I started this, I didn't really have a plan, and I wasn't even sure if this would be possible, so for now, I just went around collecting caches and looting trash cans. The Stoneyard has 3 children's caches, one at the top of the stairs, another behind a house, and one at the end of the cape. I'll be looting these things every day for extra trading items. While walking around, I got some toast from a tragedian and an egg from a little girl. After picking up the last cache, I went into a house to see if robbing houses will be profitable enough for me to survive. In this house, I found a coffee, 2 lemons, an egg, and an apple slice, and I used all of these items to keep my stats under control. Although robbing houses can be profitable, it's not very sustainable since after robbing just one place, people won't let me into their homes, and getting lockpicks to break in can be difficult. After robbing that place, I had enough money to buy a canned food from the Atrium's grocery store. Next, I want to try killing people to see what kinds of items they drop, and also I want to sell their blood to Var. I killed one guard, then I ran into this NPC. This guy will often have coffee to trade, and if an NPC has an item for trade, there's a chance they'll drop it when you kill them. And after I killed him, I got the 2 coffees he had available. I'll be running into this dude a lot, so from here on, I'll be calling him Goose. Since, if you didn't know, each NPC's model has a name, and this dude's name is Goose. Next, I got some toast from a guard and a smoked meat and lemon from a lady. I killed a few more people and sold 9 bottles of blood to Var for 100 each, and I used the money to buy a scalpel. Outside the still water, in the exact same space, was Goose walking around. I didn't get any coffee this time, but I did get some organs, and back at Var's, I used them to buy a bandage and a tourniquet. And back outside again was Goose in the same spot. I didn't know this before, but apparently, if you kill an NPC, then either leave a district or come back or enter and exit a building, the same NPC will spawn in the same spot. This means I have the opportunity to fight Goose over and over again for coffee to fight my exhaustion. This time when I killed him, he dropped a bandage, so he has a chance to drop coffee for my exhaustion and healing items to recover the damage I received for eating the coffee. Thanks to Goose, my problem of never being able to sleep is solved. I'm not going to start farming him yet because I still want to see what other items people can drop for me. I kept killing people and also traded with some kids for fish, and eventually my reputation was raised to unwelcome here. The day one manhunt ended, but because I was murdering people, it didn't raise all the way to no one cares. After selling all the organs I could, I wanted access to the grocery store to buy the rest of the food available. So to do that, I gave a bunch of trading items to a kid until my reputation was high enough. Here I bought 2 coffees, a smoked fish, pemmican, and milk. I had plenty of trading items from killing people, so until midnight I spent my time trading for as much smoked fish as possible. And at midnight I went back to the grocery store to buy their new items. This time I bought 2 fish, an egg, a smoked fish, and a bottle of tan. Now that I've played the first day, I know how I'm going to make this run possible. Each day will start with me looting trash cans and caches, and while I'm doing this, I'll scout the town for children to trade fish with, and I'll keep an eye out for goose. Then, I'll be farming goose as much as possible for trading items, healing items, and coffee. Sometime before it hits midnight, I'll use all my extra trading items to raise my reputation in either the bridge, square, or atrium for either the grocery store or pharmacy. I'll be choosing which one based on what supplies I need at the time. Tonight, since my reputation was reset, I was able to rob a house. This one was quite profitable. I found some smoked meat, some coffee, an egg, a lemon, and a fish. At Vars, I sold some organs and stocked up on medical supplies. Outside, I ran into a guard fighting a bandit, and after killing the bandit, I got a lockpick. Now that I had a lockpick, and I knew that a bandit and guard would be spawning in close proximity to each other, I spent the rest of my night breaking into houses and farming both the bandit and the guard. Just like I said I would, I started day 2 by wandering around town looking for trash cans and caches. During this, I traded for some fish, and eventually I used my lockpick to break into a house. Here, I killed a few people and found a few clothing items. I had enough items to raise my reputation for today, and today I'll be raising it in the bridge square. So far, I've been able to handle the food situation, so I want to stock up on healing items from the pharmacy so that I can continue eating coffee. After buying what I could from Var and the pharmacy, I went out to check more trash cans when I ran into Goose standing around the staircase in the atrium. I'm going to use this opportunity to farm Goose for as much coffee and healing items as I can. He immediately started paying out with 2 coffees, but attacking him alerts a nearby guard. So every time I kill him, I need to pick up his items fast and run away. There's also a few kids nearby who I can use to farm smoked fish. And so that I wouldn't have to go too far to reset all the NPCs, I lockpicked a nearby house. I spent the rest of my day trading for smoked fish, killing goose, and entering and exiting this building over and over again. Here's my inventory before and after. Goose gave me 16 more coffees, some tourniquets and bandages, and I got a few more smoked fish from trading. Now that it's midnight, Goose despawned, and I started wandering around looking for things to do. And luckily, I ran into Goose again by the cathedral. I used Victor's place to help me reset him, and I spent all night killing him. Now I'm up to 33 coffees, and this time he dropped quite a few tourniquets. My inventory is full of resources, and now I'm ready for day 3. For this run's challenge, every third day I'll be going to the cathedral and waiting for an entire day. I'll be standing here from 7:30 on day 3 until 7:30 on day 4. I won't have much to talk about on these days, so here's my inventory before and after. I used 8 coffees for my exhaustion, and 1 bandage and 6 tourniquets to heal. I also ate 15 smoked fish. Let's move on to day 4. Today, I'm raising my reputation in the bridge square so that I can once again buy stuff from the pharmacy. This time, I bought 3 tourniquets and a bandage. While looting trash cans and trading for fish, I ran into Goose again. This time, he was sitting near the entrance to the atrium, and I attacked him, but he ended up getting away. This time, killing Goose won't be so easy. A guard and another guy spawn nearby, and waiting for them to walk away takes quite a long time. I tried a few times, but every time I killed Goose, one of these people stopped me from looting the body. And at one point, I even had both the guard, the other guy, as well as a kid from a nearby playground chasing after me. So I don't think I'll be able to safely kill Goose at this location. Although I can't kill Goose here, while wandering around, I ran into not one, but 2 gooses. Or, geese. Behind the cathedral. Usually these 2 will walk away from each other, which gives me the perfect chance to attack. And to reset them, I'll be using Georgi's workshop. I didn't mention this earlier, but when I need to farm someone, I need to choose a location that's not too close to the NPC, otherwise they wouldn't load in. And Georgi's workshop is far enough away for the gooses to spawn in, and close enough so that walking back and forth isn't a huge pain. I spent the rest of my day goose hunting, so here's what I got. Besides for trading items, I got 7 tourniquets, 3 bandages, a pemmican, and a lockpick at full durability, which I didn't even know was possible for them to drop that. And now I have a total of 37 coffees. I completely forgot that the dead item shop is in the bridge square tonight, so it's a good thing I ran into it. Although I didn't have any dead items on me, I was still able to afford some canned food. I was going to spend my night robbing houses, but in the first house I went into was the kid that'll trade me smoked fish for sharp items. And I have a lot of sharp items on me, so I went in and out of this house until I traded away all of it for as much fish as I could. Once I was out of sharp things, I ran into a bandit outside Victor's place, and I spent the rest of my night killing him. I didn't get anything notable, just money and trading items. Today, I'm raising my reputation in the atrium. I've gotten plenty of healing items from Goose, and I want to make sure I have enough food for tomorrow. At the grocery, I bought 2 casks, a pemmican, and some canned food. In a normal playthrough, today Sticky will tell you about a chemist working with infected corpses in the stone yard. Since I have no way to start this quest, both the bridge square and atrium will become infected tomorrow, and the day after, it'll be burned. I tried talking to all the bound I could and every NPC I ran into, but I'm pretty sure Sticky is the only way to start this quest, so I can't do anything about it. At Vars, I bought a bandage and tourniquet, and again, while checking trash cans, I ran into Goose and a kid nearby trading smoked fish. Just like yesterday, I farmed Goose and that kid until midnight. Here's everything I got from this: 5 tourniquets, 4 bandages, 6 pemmican, 2 casks, 10 smoked fish, and now I'm up to 42 coffee. Tonight, the stone yard is infected. I don't really want to risk infection by looting houses and wandering around, so I'm just going to check a few stores and I'll be heading to the cathedral early. The infection also reset my reputation, so I can shop at both the grocery and pharmacy. From them, I got 2 smoked meats, a fish, a bottle of tan, 2 bandages, and a tourniquet. When I got to the cathedral, it was only 1, so in addition to waiting until the next day, I'll be waiting an extra 5.5 hours. Now let's go over all the resources I used. Because of my extra waiting, I used a lot more than usual. I used 4 bandages, 3 tourniquets, 18 smoked fish, a bottle of tan, 2 pemmican, and 9 coffees. I thought both the atrium and bridge square would be burned after being infected yesterday, but it's actually only the atrium, so I'll be spending most of my time in the safety of the bridge square today. At the pharmacy in Var, I bought 2 bandages and 3 tourniquets. Since my reputation is still reset, I robbed a house without needing a lockpick, and here I got some toast and smoked meat. Behind the still water in this corner, I came across a kid trading smoked fish. Today, I want to focus on gathering food, and tomorrow, I'll get back to goose hunting. So I'll be back in a bit to farm fish. Next, I broke into a few houses, killed goose once, and ventured into the atrium just to pick up the caches. And now I'll spend the rest of my day trading for whatever smoked fish I can, then killing the kid to get more trading items and fish. I started this with 9 fish already in my inventory, and I ended with 21. Tonight, there was no change in the districts. The atrium is still burned, and the bridge square is normal. I started the night breaking into houses and stealing what I could until in one of the houses, I forgot to properly check all the rooms before I started attacking someone. And 3 guys attacked me. And in order to get out, I had to use a stack of bandages. To end off the night, I killed this bandit a few times, and I got a lockpick as well as a few miscellaneous items. Yesterday I stocked up on food, and today I want coffee and bandages. To get access to the pharmacy, I gave away a bunch of items, and after I bought some healing items, I came across Goose next to Georgi's workshop. And there goes the rest of my day. This time I got 14 tourniquets, 3 casks, an egg, and now I have a total of 43 coffee. Tonight, the British Square is infected and the atrium is burned. I picked up a few things from Var, and since I didn't want to risk infection or death, I'll be heading to the cathedral early again. After day 9's day of waiting, I'm down to 5 casks left for food, but other than that, I'm good on healing and coffee. To make the final day a little more interesting, I'll be waiting out that entire day. So that means I have 1 day instead of 2 to gather items and prepare. Right now, I'm low on food, and my main source of food is out of the picture since kids don't spawn in town anymore. But I don't have to worry too much about that because the army is here, and they'll be my new food source. Army soldiers have a chance to drop army rations, so I just need to find a secluded soldier and pull off a successful stealth kill over and over again. The first thing I did today was buy a bandage and tourniquet from the pharmacy. Eventually, I found this soldier wandering the streets, and I found another soldier nearby behind some houses, as well as Goose sitting on this bench. These soldiers are far enough away to not help each other when I attack, and they're close enough to be included in my farming route. So, let's start farming. Early on, before I got the hang of it, I did fail a stealth attack, and because of this, I got shot, but luckily I survived. After I killed a few soldiers, I got a rifle and some ammo, which I used to speed up the killing process, since I've just been doing this with my fists. At midnight, I bought one last healing item from Var, and after not finding any more soldiers, I spent the rest of my time robbing houses and looking for food. I didn't find much tonight, and I did get quite a few army rations from farming, but I did have to eat most of them to make it through the day. So here's my inventory going into day 11. I've got way too much coffee on me, 7 tourniquets, 2 army rations, 2 pieces of toast, 3 eggs, and a few nuts. Instead of heading to the cathedral to wait out the last day, I'm climbing the polyhedron to wait at the top. I got to the top at 8:50. Already had to eat both pieces of toast and egg and all of my nuts. At 12:44, I had an army rations, my last 2 eggs, 3 coffees, and 4 tourniquets to heal. At 17:04, I ate my last bit of food. And at 20:46, I began starving and my health started going down. But luckily, I survived these last 2 hours and made it to 2200, and I didn't even have to use any of my extra tourniquets. After I was sent to the theater, I walked out the door and ended the game. So, there you have it. It's definitely possible to beat Pathologic 2 without ever leaving the Stone Yard. It just takes a lot of time, patience, and most importantly, farming. Before the video ends, I want to bring up the multi-video long challenge I started. I came close once when I got shot, but I didn't die. I never even reloaded the game, which is a first for me. So let's see how many more challenge runs I can do without dying. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Okay, let's do this. That's a dead end. It's a dead end. I need to get him. I missed. Fuck it. Pull out the rifle. Pull out the rifle. I'm hunting this dude down. I'm hunting him down.